Hello and welcome to this edition of the Good Newspaper, and it's the Easter edition, and we're going to hear a bit about how Jesus makes a difference in people's lives. Now, if you're interested in that, if you're interested in finding out more, stick with us. Mark, over to you.
Yes, do stick with us because what we're going to talk about is evidence. I think humans need evidence. We crave evidence. We enjoy evidence. We need evidence for conviction. We have a justice system that's based on evidence. Science is based on evidence. We seek evidence often before making a decision, like to make a purchase, like for a car. Well, God says that He has revealed Himself and He gives evidence that He is real, evidence that He is alive. And there's one specific event that is the most obvious, that is the best evidence of God Himself being real. That is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, there's an article in this month's Good Newspaper. It's the headline article on Jesus is alive. Now, this article goes on to say that the Jesus Christ's resurrection is the best documented event of ancient history. And the article lists lots of evidences for you to ponder, for you to chew on, for you to consider for yourself. Jesus Christ's resurrection proves that God is real. In fact, all of Christianity hinges on this one event. If Jesus did indeed rise from the dead, everything about Jesus Christ is true. Everything about God, everything about the Bible, everything about the Christian faith is true. In fact, the article closes with this challenge. Why not find out more about Jesus at a church near you this Easter? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I leave you that challenge, that invitation also. Do get a copy of this month's Good Newspaper or read it online. Read about the evidence concerning Jesus Christ and this significant event, His rising from the dead. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Thanks, Mark. I want to talk about an article here of somebody whose pride held them back from the truth about Jesus. Now, I don't know about you, but pride, we don't like to admit we're proud, but I bet you, all of us, if you're honest, would somewhere there's pride. And for this man, Richard his name is, he says that his pride was holding him back because he didn't want to admit he'd been wrong about Christianity. He'd been fighting it for many years. He had a bit of identity crisis because he was a Jew by birth, and he couldn't understand how he could be a Christian. But when he read the Bible, he came across a story about this man called Simeon, who a devout old Jew who received a promise from God that he would see the Savior of the world before he died. The little baby was brought in, the infant Jesus was brought into the temple. He was able to realize this was really the Savior of the world. And he says that he could now depart in peace, for my eyes have seen your salvation. It says that in Luke's Gospel. And Richard says that I used to wonder if I would ever find that same sense of peace. But he did, because as he examined the evidence about Jesus, as we talked earlier about that, what's written in the Bible, but also the evidence in people's lives, he realized that this was so true, that Jesus did rise from the dead. And this is the message of Easter, isn't it? And he's becoming fulfilled in what a Jew really is. Jew is someone who believes in the Messiah. The Messiah has already come in Jesus. So that changed him, everything about him now. And he says there's now over 10,000 Jewish believers in the UK. So this is a great story of it doesn't matter what background you're from, it doesn't matter what race or what creed, what religion. Jesus is someone for everybody. He died for everybody this Easter, not just for a particular type of person. So just hold on to that and look into it. Mark.
Yes, we do invite you to do that. And as you look at the evidence, there are documentaries, there are movies. As Colin said, you can look at people's lives, people who know Jesus Christ, evidence in the Bible and evidence outside the Bible for people who are not religious, not Christian. Get this month's Good News edition. Give it a read. Ponder the evidence for yourself. See if you will believe that Jesus Christ is indeed